You're a very shrewd mammal.
You have a shrewd eye or pulchritude, if I may permit myself the Galeno.
I congratulate you on being so shrewd, brother.
Hey everyone, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to take just one single English word, a really powerful and honestly kind of misunderstood word, and we're going to break it all the way down. And that word is shrewd.
So let me ask you something. Someone comes up to you and says, wow, that was a really shrewd move. How do you take that? Is it a compliment, or are they kind of insulting you? It's a tricky one, right? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to know exactly what they mean. All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to go back, way back. You see, the story of this word has a pretty wicked past, and the answer to our question starts in a surprisingly dark place. It's actually fascinating. Okay, so check this out. You are not going to believe where this word comes from. It all starts with this tiny little animal, the shrew. And back in the day, people thought these things were like venomous and evil. So shrewd wasn't just a description, it was literally a curse. If someone called you shrewd, they were saying you were wicked, malicious, pure evil. But then, over hundreds of years, the whole meaning did a complete 180. The idea of a sharp, venomous bite somehow transformed into the idea of having a sharp mind. How wild is that?
Okay, so that's the dark history. It's a great little piece of trivia for sure, but let's be real, that's not what shrewd means today. We need to get into the modern definition, what it actually means when you hear it now.
All right, so here's the dictionary definition. Having or showing sharp powers of judgment, astute, clever in a practical way. Now, the key phrases to latch onto here are sharp powers of judgment and clever in a practical way. That last part is so important. Shrewdness isn't about being a book-smart genius. It's about being street-smart, making smart calls in the real world. Yeah, you can almost think of it like a recipe with 3 key ingredients. First up, you've got that practical intelligence. We're talking street smarts, not just IQ points. Then, you add in sharp powers of judgment. That's the ability to just see a situation for what it is and see it fast. And finally, and this is key, it's all used for a specific goal. It's not just being smart for the sake of it. It's intelligence with a mission.
So that's all the theory, but honestly, the best way to really understand a word like this is to see it out in the wild. Let's look at a couple of real-world examples.
Okay, here's a classic. Think about a business deal. A shrewd negotiator, they're not just the loudest person in the room. No, they have this incredible feel for the situation. They can read the other person, they know the perfect moment to put an offer on the table, and just as important, they know when to get up and walk away. That's shrewdness in action. It's perception, it's timing, it's judgment. And hey, it's not just for these high-powered business people. Shrewdness is something we can all use in our own lives. Take this example, making a shrewd decision to start saving money when you're young. That's not about some complex financial algorithm. It's just a clever, practical, forward-thinking move that pays off big time down the road. It's using your judgment for your own long-term benefit.
All right, now we're getting to a really important point, especially if you're learning English. The word shrewd lives in a tricky neighborhood. It's got some neighbors like cunning and wise, and it's super easy to get them mixed up. They might seem similar, but trust me, the feeling behind them is totally different. Let's just lay it all out on the table. Look at the vibe, the connotation. Shrewd is generally positive or at least neutral. Cunning, though, that one's almost always got a negative, sneaky feeling to it. And wise is like the gold standard, always positive. But the real giveaway is the motivation. A shrewd person wants a practical advantage, a good outcome. A cunning person, they're usually using deceit to get what they want, all for themselves. And wisdom? Well, wisdom is playing a different game entirely. It's about deep understanding and morality, not just winning one deal.
You know, I heard a quote once that just nails the difference, and I love it. Shrewdness is about seeing the angles. Cunning is about cutting the corners. See, a shrewd person is smart enough to see all the legitimate paths to success. A cunning person is just looking for the cheat code, the dishonest shortcut.
So let's circle all the way back to where we started. If someone calls you shrewd, is it a compliment? And the answer is, yeah, for the most part, absolutely. It's a huge compliment. They're telling you they respect your intelligence, your practicality, and your ability to read a situation. You should definitely take it as a win. So there you have it, the wild journey of a single word, from an evil curse to a modern-day compliment. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. Think about your own life right now, your job, your finances, maybe a project you're working on. Where could you apply a little bit of shrewdness? Where could that sharp, practical judgment really help you out?
Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.